The gang is all here, and it's time for Proline as we get it into the regular season. College is underway. The NFL is getting started. We got lots to talk about. Big Al is here. Big Al McMordie from Big Al Sports. Jim Feist, world champion handicapper himself. Chip Chirimbes, Mr. Megabucks. I'm Dave Cokin. We are glad to have you with us. Before we get started with anything in terms of looking at some games, and we've got some good ones to look at right out of the gate, including, we think, the best matchup on the Sunday schedule. Let's tell you about some phenomenal specials that we have taking place right now. A chance for you to get in and make some real good money at a small price. And we'll start it off with Jim, who, well, as usual, Jim, the preseason was solid, and now it's time for the real games.
Preseason was solid, Dave, and we had some big plays that came in really good. And that's first week of the colleges was kind of a little bit up and down, but we got the pro games starting this week. We got a full college card. Really excited. I got a great offer. 5 days of football, Thursday through Monday night for $25, including Saturday's massacre of the year in college. Obviously, this is going to be a really big play. And a high roller, total annihilator on a soft total board on Sunday in the pros. 5 days, $25, 1-866-841-1655. 1-866-841-1655. 5 big days of football.
Chip, monster baseball season for you. I've seen the plays, and holy cow, it has been a big year. Football season off to a great start. You got a dynamite special to take people through the rest of September, and it includes Megabucks action as well.
You know, Dave, I'm coming off a 3-0 on Tuesday in Major League Baseball, so we really feel good about what's coming up right now. 67% in the preseason, which isn't bad at all. And, you know, I know we hang our hat on my Megabuck play because that is one of my top plays. But the highest rated game I give is called my Vegas Insider. It's 5-1 during the preseason, and we have more of that in store. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give everyone the entire month of September for $20. That includes all my Megabuck plays, one for Saturday, one for Sunday, and all my big-time games for $20. So give me a call, 866-841-1665. And you'll be glad you did because it's a great offer. And like Jim, we hit the season running, and we're looking to make a lot of money.
I've had a good baseball season. I got no complaints there. College football is off to a very nice start. 2-1 on my 3 top plays last week. The 2 winners were really pretty easy. Troy, which was clearly the right side in their game. Nebraska, which actually could have won their game by about 50 if it wasn't for the special teams. And Burkhead got hurt in the game. Is still won and covered with no problem. The loser, well, I don't know if I'll have a worse one than this all year. I had the under. I had a super total on the under in the Minnesota UNLV game. It's 13. The total's in the low 50s. It's 13-13 after 4 quarters of play. That's a game you got right. And then they scored 31 points in 3 overtimes, and the game goes over. And everything went wrong. I mean, you had 2 stupid penalties for hitting late hits out of bounds. Guy makes a completion on a 4th down where the primary receiver got caught. It was just one of those terrible beats that you're going to have once in a while. So it really should have been a 3-0 top play week. But I'll take the 2-1. At least that takes some of the sting out of it. One big play to tell you about for this week. It's my college game of the month for September. It goes on Saturday. The game comes with a complete guarantee. It's got to get the money, or you get the rest of September at no cost. And the charge for this is only $25 if you call 1-866-841, or check that, 1-866-896-1629. It's 1-866-896-1629. Guaranteed college game of the month winner. Big Al, whose mastery of technical analysis is second to none. It's absolutely amazing the stuff that Al comes up with. And here's something else he's come up with. A big offer to get some big club plays at a ridiculous price, Al.
Okay. That's right, Dave. For the next 5 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all callers get 5 days of my Big Play Club for just $15. That's $3 a day, football and baseball. And as an added bonus, When you sign up today, you'll get a free high roller baseball play as a bonus. Call toll free 866-841-1665. That's 866-841-1665. 5 days of all my big plays, just $15.
All right, guys. Well, here we go. We got some games to talk about. And we're going to start off with a huge matchup. These are two of the teams that are favored to make a lot of noise in the NFC this year. One of them has been outstanding for a little while now. The other one came out of nowhere, at least in most people's minds last year, to make a big run at getting the Super Bowl. It is the 49ers visiting the Packers. Do your discount double check, everybody, and come up with a winner in this game. Al, let's start it off with you. I mean, sometimes when teams take a giant step forward one year, they'll go backward a little bit the next year. The 49ers look pretty solid coming into this new season.
Well, Dave, Green Bay has a lot of question marks this year, even after finishing 15-1 last season. First, I wonder how their new center, 37-year-old Jeff Saturday, is going to perform as a replacement for Scott Wells. Wells left as a free agent for St. Louis, over the offseason. Second, is Green Bay going to be able to stop the run this year? Last year, they gave up 4.83 yards per carry in their final 14 games. And finally, will the Packers even be able to stop the pass this year? They already suffered a blow to their defense when linebacker Desmond Bishop went down against the Chargers in the preseason, and he was their best pressure player among their back seven. His absence is going to be greatly felt in both pass and run defense. I just think Green Bay's not going to have as successful a season as they did last year. But one thing they've got going for them is that San Francisco's defense is more physical than it is, in coverage. It's not as good in coverage. And Green Bay is going to have an up-tempo offense this year. They're going no huddle. That could be the difference in this ball game. I think Green Bay is going to get the cover in this game.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know. I don't have a good feel for the side of this game yet. I think you're going to see a lot of scoring. The Packers, we know about the Packers and Patriots achieved great things last year despite the fact that neither one of them could stop anybody. And they both have focused much of the offseason in improving the defense. It kind of looks like the Patriots might have done so. I like what they brought in. I'm not sure about the Packers. I don't have much question about their offense. I think it's going to be fine. I think Rodgers is that good. And his array of talent along with him, it's tough to beat. So I think they're going to score some points on San Francisco here. But I think the 49ers have shown that they can trust Alex Smith to manage a ball game now, to get him down the field. And I still think they're going against the soft defense. You mentioned the no huddle. So Green Bay will be moving even faster than they did a year ago. We know how efficient they were in 2011. I think both teams are going to get on the scoreboard in regular fashion. Obviously, we have no weather concerns in September in Green Bay. I like the game over the total. Jim, how about you?
Well, Dave, I've been watching the lines on this. I've made some early bets on it. The game opened 5.5 and 45, and I agree with your assessment of the total. I'm looking at 46, 46.5, and 47s out there right now. And, Green Bay obviously has the best offense. San Francisco obviously has the best defense. The best running game is on San Francisco's side. They were one big play away from getting to the Super Bowl last year. It's hard to go against a 15-1 team from a previous year. Aaron Rodgers is fabulous. Their passing offense is fabulous. And like Al said, San Francisco's a great defensive team, but against the pass, they're not as good as they are against the run. But, anything over a field goal with a team that is as good as San Francisco is, they're well coached. They added Manningham and Randy Moss to their offense. I look for the game to go over the total, and I think it'll be pretty easy as well.
We're going to still look at the Chargers and Raiders, and Chip will get involved in analyzing that game. Before we do that, let's get to our man on the street. It's Jeff Sad from Las Vegas Sports Services, and Jeff has an outstanding September football special.
Thanks, Dave. I have a free total coming up on Sunday. First, you can get the rest of September college and pro football from LPSS for only $25. That's 3.5 weeks of action, including a high roller college release going Saturday. Over 3 weeks of action for $25, including that high roller. Just call 1-866-575-8916. We'll take a look at the Colts and Bears matchup. Andrew Luck is the real deal, learning the playbook and impressing his coaches and fellow players. The Colts took care of the offense, retaining Reggie Wayne and drafting Luck's tight end at Stanford, Coby Fleener. They also ran an attacking, up-tempo offense in preseason, but the Indy defense is awful along with lack of depth. They will struggle all season. They face the Bears' passing offense that has improved with a healthy QB Jay Cutler and new wide receivers Brandon Marshall and rookie Ashlon Jeffrey. This is a low total, but look for a shootout. Play the Colts Bears to go over the total in Week 1. Once again, get the rest of September college and NFL for only $25 plus a Saturday high roller. Just call 1-866-575-8916. Back to you, Dave.
Okay, time for our Twitter. Thanks, Jeff. It's time for our Twitter question of the week. Follow the whole outfit at JimFeistSports at Twitter. And if we use your question on the show, you put in a drawing to win $100 worth of selections from any handicapper of your choice. Gerald Bissonette, Nashville, Tennessee, is the question we chose this week. I like this question. What did you learn from NFL preseason that might carry over to the regular season? Chip, anything that you take out of the preseason at all, or do you just throw it away?
The Dolphins stink. That's what I can tell you about the preseason. There's no question about it in my mind. I think the Jets have fought. Now, you know, on this show, during the preseason, somebody had mentioned that maybe the Jets were playing possum. Well, if they are, they did a great job. One offensive touchdown by their third-string quarterback. So I don't see the Jets contending off of the preseason, and I don't see Miami winning more than 2 or 3 games, if not by happenstance. That's what the preseason showed me.
I don't draw much out of it because I think I look at preseason the way coaches do, which is they're evaluating talent, and so am I, trying to get a feel for who's actually going to be ready to go when the whistle blows and they start playing for real. You know, you look at a few of the teams, and we just talked about one of them. Green Bay could not have cared less about what happened in the preseason. They didn't show anything. And at the same time, I agree with your assessment of the Jets, but they'll be better than they've been in the preseason because they really didn't show any of their packages. And we'll see what happens as far as that goes. So I don't put much of anything into the preseason. The only thing, from an individual standpoint, I might. In other words, well, you take Russell Wilson as an example. This guy's good. I mean, this guy can play some quarterback. Now, he'll have his bumps in the regular season, but I do draw some individual things like that. I didn't know that Russell Wilson was going to be anywhere near this level of ready for the National Football League. It sure looks like he is. Okay, let's go to Monday night action. And, Chip, let's start off with you here. It is an AFC West matchup. They don't like each other. It's been a struggle for the Raiders for quite some time. The Chargers, I guess you could put in the underachieving category. A lot of talent, but it never really materialized. A lot of people think their window for doing something big has now closed. I'll tell you what, though, this will be an absolute... These two teams don't like each other. This is going to be a lot of fun on Monday night.
Dave, the AFC West last year had 3 teams end up 8-8. And, of course, everyone's disappointment is the Chargers, and you're going to continue to be disappointed as long as Norv Turner's there. That's just the way it goes. I mean, he's destined to disappoint you. One thing about that, Oakland comes into this season with 9 straight years with a losing record. And certainly they got a new coach this year. He's 39 years old, Dennis Allen. And their game against San Diego, let me get this right, they're 2-8 the last 10 at home against the Chargers. And that's against the points. So, but yet, in their last 6 games, according to what I've seen here, they've covered 5 times. So, I have a tendency to think that maybe Oakland will be ready here. Their quarterbacking situation has got to improve. Carson Palmer's got to get better. He's got to get better. And, Campbell, I've never been impressed or been real happy with his performances. And they have to stop the run. The Oakland Raiders are going to have to come out and play football. You know, you got Rivers with the Chargers, and he's a great quarterback. There's no question. I think he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. But will he win, and will he win here? I can't tell. I can't say right now. I see this game staying under the total. Yeah. Oakland and San Diego on Monday night.
Well, Jim, the thing on the Raiders is it's all about Darren McFadden. They're not that bad in offense when he's on the field. They can't do anything when he's not on the field. At least he's starting the year healthy and makes a difference for the Raiders. No question about that.
Well, I respect Chipper's opinion, but in this particular case, I totally disagree. The reason, Campbell, the reason they got rid of Campbell was they were like Chipper. They weren't that impressed with him. They got rid of Michael Bush as well. They got a couple wide receivers in Haywood Bay. They got McFadden at running back. They got Jacoby Ford. Palmer had his best years when he got hurt in that playoff game. I think that was pretty much the end of his career. Oakland paid too much to get him. This organization is a mess, but the team, the Dennis Allen, the first time he's ever been a head coach, they've changed head coaches like I change shoes. So the schemes are all different. The players are all, have to get used to new guys. I mean, this is a mess of an organization. They're going to score points because San Diego's not that strong either. They had their years when they should have been in the Super Bowl, probably should have won the Super Bowl, but like Chipper said, that organization's a mess. There's a lot of nepotism there. The head coach is not a winning head coach. He's a guy they put on the side. He was formerly a good offensive coach. That's about it. He's never been a great head coach. And I see both of these teams pretty much failing throughout the year. I like this game to go over the total. I think it's kind of a sleeper. I don't think anybody's really looking at it yet, but it's going to go over.
It's funny, Al. Maybe the Chargers are just stubborn and think Norv Turner's being insulted or something. It's not an insult because, we said the same thing about Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips just isn't a head coach, but he's one of the best coordinators the game's ever seen. I mean, he's fantastic in that role. Norv Turner, as an offensive coordinator, he's right there with anybody. He's just not a good head coach. The problem now for the Chargers is that they almost look like they know they're just going to be kind of a dead team.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I had Phillip Rivers as my fantasy quarterback last year, and I watched all his games, and he just makes bad decisions. I mean, there's no other thing to say than that. I mean, that's why he turns the ball over a lot. I like Oakland here. They fall into an opening week Monday night football system of mine that's cashed over 70% over the last 32 years. And what we want to do is play on any home team on Monday night in week one that's not laying a field goal or more. The Raiders are installed as a 1-point favorite here. I'm going to back the black and silver on Monday night.
Well, before we wrap up, get back to an old pro line tradition, guys. Let's give out a best bet. It can be one of the games we talked about. It can be something else that might appeal to you. Al, how about one from you?
Well, at this price, it's going to be the Oakland Raiders for me, minus the point against San Diego on Monday, Dave.
I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers at Lambeau Field to light it up. I think you might see 50 points in this game. I like offense, and I'm going to go with the over in the 49ers-Packers game. Jim?
Well, I'm going to go back to the last game we talked about. I'm going to go with the Raiders over the total. I think San Diego, Oakland will go over the total in flying colors. I like your side as well, as I mentioned, Dave. But I'm going to get best bet would be Raiders over.
And one more best bet, and that's from Chip Chirimbes.
Yeah, I like the Packers to get off on a good foot here as far as scoring points, and the Niners certainly can move the ball. I think that game goes over the total. Two big teams are going to come out and try and move the ball every possession, Niners and Packers. I don't think they're going to give away many possessions. I'm going to see this game go over the total.
Well, we hope you are enjoying getting this first taste of NFL talk. We'll be doing this every week here at Pro Line. Before we get out of here, I want to make sure you get a taste of some of the big plays on the board this weekend. We started off with Al, Big Al, 5 days of big club plays for, $3 a day. You can't beat that, Al.
$3. Yeah, you can't beat that. And you get a high roller baseball release as a free bonus. So that's 6 plays for just $15. Call 866-841-1665. All my big plays, plus a high roller baseball play, football and baseball combined, 866-841-1665.
Mine is simple. It's one game. One game that's going to get you the money, and it's guaranteed. College game of the month for September, $25. You must get paid on this game, or you get the entire balance of September, college and the NFL, at no cost. It's just $25 with that guarantee. college game of the month, 1-866-896-1629. Here's a chance for you to get in the high roller corner with the big game player himself, Chip Chirimbes.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Megabucks are my thing, and I'm going to offer you the entire month of September for only $20, both NCAA football, college football, and NFL action. Got a big Megabucks Saturday, another one coming back on Sunday, and, of course, there's games all week. $20. You can't beat this. Get involved. We've been 67% during the preseason, 5-1 with our top plays, so get on board. Give me a call, 866-841-1665. You'll be glad you did. Only $20 for the whole month of September. All my Megabuck plays.
And, Jim, you've got a 5-day football weekend, and that includes 2 really big plays for everybody who takes advantage.
Well, Dave, yes, I've been firing at the pros for several weeks. The lines have been up for probably a month or so, and the colleges are rounding into shapes. I'm real confident this is going to be a monster weekend, which is why I'm offering 5 days of football Thursday through Monday, $25, including the Massacre on Saturday and the High Roller Annihilator total also on Sunday. So 5 days, $25, 1-866-841-1655. We're all going to make money this weekend, so make the phone calls, get on the websites, and join in and have the fun.
And a reminder to make sure and also check out the college edition of Proline here on the site as well. For Chip, Big Al, and Jim, I'm Dave Cokin. Thanks a lot for watching. Knock 'em dead in the NFL this weekend. See you next week.
Good job, Dave.
Thank you, guys.